Championship season kicks off in 2 days, so inevitably, of course, we're going to go through and have a look at the new kits for this season and do a nice little tier list. I've done my championship predictions, the 24 to 1. You'll be able to see that if you click the little link above me. But open that up in a new tab, hold fire, and let's have a look through these kits together. And if you end up liking the video, then let me know, because we can always do the away and third kit nowadays. I think we'll tie those two together if we do it. But look, nevertheless, let's jump into it and let's start having a look at some of these kits. So I've got the kits open in front of me, nice and large, so I can see them properly, and they will flash up as we go, so you guys can get to see them if you haven't seen any of them just yet. In terms of the categories that I've gone for, obviously it's normally just your usual A to D, but I thought we'd tweak it a little bit. So pure silk, the finest of the fine. Brilliant garments, just a little bit less, but up there. It'll do is kind of, well, it's a kit, not too fussed about it. Soon forgotten. It's not horrendous, but it's not one that you're going to be remembering down the pub in 5 years. And then a trash whack bag would be better, kind of speaks for itself. It's horrid, and we would be rather picking up our kits from Tesco's cleaning aisle next week. So, first one that we've got in front of me is the West Brom kit. I'm a bit of a sucker for a collared shirt. It really does just add something to it. I really like how a lot of the sort of kits are now doing this thing where if you've got a club that normally use stripes, they've got patterns within the stripes as well, and I think West Brom have done it really well. Ideal Heating is still the worst sponsor, but at least they got rid of that massive boiler that it used to have on the front. For me, I would say it's probably the cuffs around the sleeve and ruin it a little bit for me. Otherwise, it would be brilliant garments. But I think it's going to have to go into It Will Do for this season, personally. Yeah, I just don't really like those sleeves. Look like you're wearing a permanent banner. So, next we've got Blackburn. Really, really nice kit. I like this one a lot. Again, nice collar to it. I love the fact the Venky's have moved their terrible logo onto the sleeve, so it's a bit smaller. It's another one of these ones. It's a half and half shirt here, but it's got two different patterns to it. Sort of within the block, which is really nice. The having the white for the button bit, I wish that was kind of also split in half. Norwich did a similar thing a few years ago. I'll throw up an image of it here, where the logo or the sponsor in the middle had the yellow go around it, and it just looked wrong. It ruined the shirt. It should have been half and half, and it should be there as well. But yeah, really solid. I like the outline on the badge. The sleeves are nice with just a thin red stripe. I think it's a really nicely put together kit. And for me, I think it's going to be the first of the brilliant garments. So Bristol City, yeah, I mean, really, really bold, lovely red. It's got a nice hidden pattern to it as well. The sponsor looks really good. No issue with that at all. Again, nice to see that sort of black outline into the logo. Is quite tasty. Bit weird to have your nan's favourite sort of blanket around the collar. I've seen some people quite like this diamond thing, but yeah, whether my nan literally had one of those blankets or not, I don't know. But it does look like we're about to go for a picnic, if I'm being honest. But really, really lovely little kit. Nice, bold colour. I like it. Is it brilliant or is It'll Do? I would say just because it's not. They haven't messed around with it too much. It's nice and simple, like the badge as well. I'm going to put that in brilliant, I think. So the next one that's come up on my screen is Burnley. I like most of it, apart from literally the entire middle. The sponsor looks pretty horrendous. I know that you can't do much about that, apart from not take the money, I guess. It just doesn't fit. I don't think that would fit on any kit, to be honest. The actual pattern as well is just bizarre. I mean, Burnley fans, you have to tell me if it means something. We had that weird Arsenal kit last year with all the squiggly lines, but it was an artist locally who was saying it was representing all the road networks and this, that, and the other. Does this mean something to the local area? I don't know. For me, I would say that this is not the best Burnley kit by far, and we'll put it in Soon Forgotten. It's not as bad as a trash bag. We're not calling for the bin bags just yet, but yeah, not the best. Now off to Cardiff. I really love the sort of Bluebird badge. I know that it's kind of been a point of contention under the current ownership for a while, when he was wanting to get Cardiff to wear red predominantly and embrace the dragon versus the Bluebird. But it just looks really neat, really nice. Love the little collar, and also the sort of matching sleeves. It just really simple and effective. Little chevron in there, it's nice. It kind of breaks it up a little bit. It's simple. It's nice and easy. Even the sponsorship looks nice. You know, having it just the bold letters, no big logo, no crazy colours that just don't match the club. I think it's up there as a really favourite one. But the one thing I would say is it's so simple. It feels a bit much to put it into Brilliant Garments. I know I said that was kind of one of the things with Bristol, but they at least did a little bit more with the collars and stuff. They're a bit bold. So for me, I would say it'll do. It's a nice kit. Happy days. You know, I think most fans would be happy with that. Now, this is one that I really love. Coventry. I'm a sucker for sort of pale and baby blue anyway. But the pattern to it, the really simple sponsor. I mean, never really a fan of long sleeves, and that's not really taking it away from me. I love this kit. I think it's absolutely stunning. So yeah, I'll cut straight to the chase. This is definitely our first pure silk. I mean, it looks like it's some Emperor's Royal sort of garments as well. So yeah, really, really like that kit. Fair play to Coventry. They've got a lovely kit for this season. Now we've got Derby. Yeah, a weird kit. I hate these sort of collars that just kind of finish right up on the neckline. I don't know why that's a thing. Norwich had that in their away kit, the green one last season, and I hated it. It looked really stupid. I don't know why you want my collar to literally finish on my collarbone, but bizarre. Kit, the actual badge that Derby have got nowadays is really nice. It moves away from the big fluffy ram that it used to be. The sponsorship's quite simple, apart from the weird loyalty reward behind it. I know, again, that's FanHub. I know you can't do too much with these sponsorships, you know, from a kit design point of view. What they want to be represented is their choice, but it's just that weird little 3-point logo of theirs just doesn't, you know, for such a lovely, crisp white kit, it just really ruins it. And I'm assuming that's ram horns that are on the side of the collar and the sleeve. So I get it, but it just looks weird. I'm not really a fan of that. The big black bits down the side with a random, I don't know, it just looks like it was like, oh, let's just make a bog standard black and white kit and throw a ram on it. I would say for me, soon to be forgotten. It's not horrid, but yeah, it's definitely not the best. Hull fans. Interesting one. Obviously, like Norwich, you got some interesting colours to sort of contend with. The stripes of a tiger. I feel like I prefer thinner black stripes when it comes to this. It feels more relevant to the animal, but also it just looks better. It's reasonably clean. Again, no crazy logos that contrast against orange and black terribly. Don't know who Don Airlines are. They probably give Man City 10 million quid a year. God knows. But yeah, it's a bit weird as well having the kit creator logo on the chest and then also on the right sleeve. Bizarre. I don't know if they'd pay you extra for that. Maybe. God knows. But yeah. It's all right. It's not horrendous. As I say, I think it sometimes looks a lot better with those colours to have the orange more prominent and the black as a sort of really slim stripe. Equally, as I say, a lot of these clubs have now been doing little patterns in the stripes. I think that adds something to it, and this probably could have called for that. I would say it's probably it'll do. I think most fans would be reasonably happy with it, but I don't think you're going to be raving about it for long. So, one of the favourites for promotion this year, Leeds, who've now struck a new deal with Red Bull. So, of course, have a very iconic logo on their chest. And I think with their colours, it works really well. Yeah, I really, really like this kit, to be fair. Pains me to say. But that badge will always be iconic. Of course it will. I can never see that changing. It'd be criminal if it did. Although they have obviously gone for a more retro-y look on the away kit, which Leeds fans seem to love. It's not my cup of tea, mainly because I don't really think I understand it. But again, maybe I'm missing something. You'll have to let me know in the comments. I think the shoulders to it really lovely. Just simple. Again, it's Leeds. They should be the absolute adorned in white and of course, playing the football that Leeds fans desire and probably deserve, really. I would say for this one, it's not your finest of silk, but it is definitely your brilliant Garm level. I think it's a lovely kit. So we get to Luton Town, who have, they were one of the last kits that I was waiting for so I could do this video, and they have ended up making the decision to keep the same kit as last year. Obviously, this is a decision that I think Brentford and maybe a couple other clubs around the sort of European stage have made, voicing a couple reasons. One, environmentally friendly. Obviously, you can utilise your kit for 2 years in a row, but also looking during a cost of living crisis to save fans money, which I think is fair enough. As much as no one puts a gun to your head every summer to buy a new kit, I personally wait until it's always down to 20-30 quid at the back end of the season. It's pretty much always guaranteed to happen. Those sales kick in. Of course, there is always that thing if you want to support your team, and people do feel that sense of pride and obligation to purchase new kits. So, yeah, bold decision from Luton and Brentford in the English divisions to do this, and I think one that should be commended. It will help them a little bit in this voting, if I'm being honest, for personal reasons. It's an all right kit. I don't really get the whole sash down the side. The collars are still nice. The utility life with power that works really quite well. It blends in nicely with the colours. But yeah, I would say it will do, and would probably have been as soon forgotten if it wasn't for the whole going about and doing one for the fans and using the kit from last year. So fair play to them on that, but yeah, it's not pulling up any trees. And now time for the Borough. It's a pretty standard Middlesbrough kit, so you can already sense it's not going to be flying up the top of this tier list. It looks nice. Again, Unibet, I think, have done really nice with making sure that their logo actually, as a sponsor, really fits with the kit. I like the nice, just crisp white collar and sleeves. It's simple. It's nothing crazy. It's not a soon to be forgotten. So really, I will jump straight to it and put it in. It'll do. I think it's just a nice kit. I don't think it's anything particularly special, but yeah, it's definitely not one that you are going to dread seeing week in, week out this season. Right, time to go down the den, and this is one of many teams this season who've gone for the retro look. Some pulling it off to great success, and some not so. Where does this one land? So I don't really like it as much. I think the sort of divide, having the white 3 bars at the bottom, there's too many, too thick. The dark blue Millwall's lovely. To then have the weird cross hatching, I don't really like it. The big thick collar, again, I like a collared shirt. Having the big flared one's a bit much, I think, for a football shirt. And yeah, the weird little pattern through it, I just don't think it quite works. From my point of view, you have to let me know, Millwall fans, but this one is, I'd rather get my 50p trash bag out, to be honest. With the colour of it, or colour of 80% of it, we're near there at trash bag anyway. But yeah, it's not a favourite of mine. So, we hit my club, Norwich. I really did not like many of our kits last year at all. The main kit was pretty horrendous as well. When yellow and green, you shouldn't be putting cross hatchings across. We've done that to death. But this kit, I love. I love the pattern within it. I love the simple green outlines down the side that's consistent, round the sleeves, round the collar. It's just a lovely kit. It's very, very, it feels very old school Brazil. It's how Norwich kits should be done. Yellow and green is never the easiest to do. Joma have always done a great job, apart from probably 4 or 5 kits off the top of my head that haven't been the best. I love the new sponsor as well. Lotus always worked pretty well, but yeah, this Blakely just looks nice, clean. It's a great kit for me. I am biased, so we'll adjust for it. But realistically, I'm putting it in pure silk because I think it's absolutely fantastic. So we go from my team to the team that my team is playing this weekend, Oxford United. Of course, as I just said, a lot of praise for a yellow kit. This, I think, is how you don't do a yellow kit very well. we have a very different shade of yellow ourselves. Also, we do at least have the breaking up of the green, the black sponsor in the middle, things like that. When I saw the colour, maybe it looked very different in real life, but when I saw the colour online when this kit got released, it kind of reminded me of churned butter. The little white flakes through it don't really help either. Yeah, I don't know about you Oxford fans. Maybe you're used to seeing that particular colour of yellow and it feels different. But to me, that it really feels like I'm buttering my toast on a weekend. And maybe you'll be buttering our toast on the weekend. You will have to see. But yeah, for me, this is one that's going to join Millwall. I'd prefer a trash bag in this case. So we're rattling through these now. And if you've got to this one, you comment above which kit is your favourite, or sorry, below, comment which of these is your favourite kit, and where you be ranking these so far. But look, we're at Plymouth, and I think this is another really clean kit. There's only one thing that kind of ruins it for me, but we'll come to that. Again, love just a really crisp white collar around the sleeve. The sponsor looks great. The subtle pattern within it, nothing too obvious. Really, really works. It's a beautiful colour of green. The only thing I don't absolutely like is the top collar. Just again, stopping right on the neck. I don't like it. I don't get it. I don't get why this is becoming a thing. I'd much prefer a proper collar, or that white to come all the way around. And it's lovely to see Ballymwamba in it as well. God, I miss him. So yeah, lovely, lovely kit. It is going to go in brilliant garments for me. I think that's more than fair. So we'll stay on the south coast a little bit, and we will head off to Portsmouth. Yeah, it's quite a default kit, to be honest. University of Portsmouth sponsorship works quite well, even though it's got a logo. I do now we're seeing more people just put it in words in black or white. I think that works so much better. But that logo's all right. That fits quite nicely. There's not a lot to write home about, to be honest. The stripes look a little bit weird, just because they stop kind of almost it's all on the torso and not really going up and above or anything like that. Don't know what it is on the back. Whether it's the same behind. I'm fine with no collar. I'm fine with the slightly darker blue collar to the sleeves. But yeah, it's just nothing special. It's not horrendous, but it's just nothing special. So I think it will soon be forgotten. Another one in similar vein, really. We now hit Preston. The sash is a weird choice, I'll be honest. I would have much preferred what some of the other kits have done, of maybe a subtle pattern. Not this, blue sash like we're going door knocking for picking up, votes. The Par Group logo kind of works. Again, get rid of that honeycomb thing. That would have been nicer, but okay. The weird little hatching on the collars, for the sleeves, I'm not really there for that. But the collar's nice. It's a nice crisp white kit. Beyond that, again, I'm going to put it right back with Portsmouth as well and put it as a soon-to-be-forgotten kit. It's all right. QPR. I've always had some pretty default kits, but I think this one's really, really nice. Obviously, the hoops. So if you ever change those hoops to stripes or to plain white kit, I think you would lose the fans entirely, and rightly so. Collar's a little bit funky, but I think it works. At least the actual collar itself is coming down. It just has some weird sort of flare off to it, but that's almost a continuation of the hoops, which is nice. What I really like, and I've seen a lot of people really like, though, is the sort of staggered gradient of the hoops. I think it just adds something different to it, instead of it just being a solid blue, white, blue, white. It's a really, really nice and crisp kit. The logo for the sponsor really works. You can still have the ball is in the O, so it allows it to be some sort of picture base instead of just writing or ruining it. For me, it's an absolute brilliant garm. Really, really love that kit and look forward to seeing a lot of QPR fans wearing it. Now on to the first of two Sheffield clubs. Sheffield United is one I've got that's come up first. Again, these are in no order. It's all random. So much I like and so much I don't. So in the opposite to what I said about Hull having the thin stripes, really doesn't work in this. It's like we're trying to cram too much in. We've already got the red and white stripes. I don't know why we need a black stripe in there. Get rid of that. I think it already makes it 5 times better. Again, similar with the collar to the sleeves. Why we got the yellow? Get rid of that. Just have these really nice crisp black sleeves. That would look really, collared to the sleeves. That would look really nice. The pattern, I think, is roses. I think that's what they're showing. Obviously, for the Sheffield Rose. Okay. yeah, it looks nice. I think it would work a bit better again if it wasn't just so many different things that my eyes are trying to digest. It's just a bizarre kit. It's like Iria have tried to just mash everything together, and I'm not really a fan of it personally. I don't think it's just soon to be forgotten. I think it's a trash bag would be better. Yeah, just too many colours, too many stripes, too many hoops, too much going on. So from one Sheffield club to the next, I think this is going to appeal to my biases very nicely. Um, Nice white kit with the blue stripes to it. Again, already a sucker for blue. I love the little pattern that's inside it. I haven't seen it with the sponsor yet. Whether that will change it, I'm not sure. But if they can put a nice, clean sponsor on there, this is a really, really nice kit. For me, I love, again, the collar. Comes all the way down. Like, it just ticks all the boxes that I personally like, along with the bias of being colours that I like as well. So it's a nice, simple one. That one is the Brilliant Garms. Works nicely alongside that QPR shirt as well. So, Stoke City. Normally, again, it's going to be red and white stripes, of course it is. But they've done something a little bit different just to try and break it up. Again, gone for a pattern within the stripes because it's kind of like a goal net pattern. Works nicely. It's subtle enough that it's not too weird. I like this whole having the badge centre, but also the kit creator center. I think that works quite nice. It feels like a shame to take the badge away from being over your player's heart, but whatever. I'm a bit too much romantic with that. The collars to sleeves are nice. Again, I just don't like the fact that you don't have a full collar at the top. But overall, it's a reasonably nice kit. There's just one bit that kind of strips away a bit of the love for it for me. So I will put this one in. It'll do. So another team that absolutely are renowned and always going to have red and white stripes. Sunderland, but I think they've done it better than Stoke did. I love the pattern that's within it. It's very, very, very royally, very, just a very nice pattern. I think, again, the sponsor, even though it's got a bit of that box around the EX and things like that, I think it works nicely. I love the badge with the sort of white silhouette instead of the black here. Lovely collar to it. It's nice actually seeing a kit as well that doesn't have a collar to the sleeves. I think it's a bit, something a little bit different. I think it's just a really lovely kit, and obviously they've got some nice imagery in the back of the shirt as well, which is something really different. For me, this one is right up there. I would put this into Pure Silk. I think the reason that's more than a Brilliant Garm for me, even though it ticks all the boxes for that, is just having that extra imagery in the back, just that extra effort. It makes it feel like more justifiable to buy a kit, especially when it very commonly is the same sort of style and design. So we're down to our final two, so we'll rattle through these nice and quick, of course. Swansea is the next one up. It's an interesting one. The colours for the collars, for the main neck collar and the sleeve collars, tell me if I'm missing something here, Swansea, but I don't really get why they are chosen unless it's something to do with your sponsor, the coffee company, because I know that they are their colours. If it is just to do with what I think it is, the sponsor, horrendous. Hate that massively. I've looked back through some old Swansea badges. I don't really remember that sort of orange and tan and, obviously the white. Yeah, it's always going to be a white kit, but I don't really remember that orange and tan being prevalent in your club's colour scheme. So I don't really like that. I do, however, love the, again, really subtle pattern, breaking up what is a really crisp, beautiful white shirt. Yeah, I'm torn between either Soon to Be Forgotten or It'll Do. Definitely It'll Do in terms of it being a nice kit. The Soon to Be Forgotten downgrade for me would mainly be to do with these colours. So put it this way, I'm going to put it in Soon to Be Forgotten because I feel like, though, from what I can see, those colours are nothing to do with the club and they're purely to do with the sponsor. If you tell me otherwise, consider it to be It'll Do. But yeah, someone let me know where that choice has come from. So finally, we're at Watford, and yeah, what a way to finish. The really thin pencil stripes, get rid of them. Don't know why they're there. They don't finish all the way over to the shoulders. It just looks like, oh, we can't put out a full yellow kit. See back with some of the Norwich kits that we've had. Yes, you can. The collar's nice. Again, I don't really get the weird long line, short line. That ruins that collar, which otherwise would be really nice. I do like the collar to the sleeves. The sponsorship, though, I mean, I'm leaving it till last because it's been staring you in the face this whole time. What on earth? To it, massive Q just sat there. It's just huge as well. I hate this kit. I'll be honest. You know exactly where it's going. I'm gonna go and buy myself a full reel of trash bags because we've got 4 kits down there. Let me know what you think of the kits this year, though. And as I say, if you enjoyed this video, please drop it with a like and let me know in the comments. And yeah, if there's enough noise for it, we'll have a look at some of the away and third kits as well and put them in the exact same ranking system. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one and have a lovely evening.